What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. A good morning to you all. It is the 29th of May, and Tottenham have already got their second here we go of the transfer window. A few days ago, Andy Robertson to Tottenham, here we go. And now we've got those three beautiful words by Fabrizio Romano once again. Marcos Senesi to Tottenham, here we go. It looked like for one stage, at the back end of last season, Liverpool were interested. This one was interested. Talking about Chelsea interested, but he gave verbal agreement to Tottenham, and it looks as though he has kept to that. So brilliant news for Tottenham, this one. And here you can see the tweet from Fabrizio Romano. Marcos Senesi to Tottenham. Here we go. Deal in place after verbal agreement report since in March. 4-year contract for Senesi, who put pen to paper soon and will join Tottenham as a free agent. Another one after Robertson. And this one I'm absolutely delighted with. I think it's a position that we've been desperate for some time, some cover for Mickey van de Ven. With Ben Davies probably leaving at the end of the season or at the end of his contract, you've got two players now that can cover both the positions that he was covering for the last God knows however many years. You've got Robertson, who will play as a rotation option at left back, and now Senesi, who's a rotation option at left centre back. And I tell you what, this is quality cover, people. This is real quality. This guy has been a standout performer for Bournemouth this year. I think he's got 5 goal contributions, 5 assists for Bournemouth. He was always a threat in the opposition box, but he's a player that De Zerbi would adore. He'll adore him because he's unbelievable on the ball. He's strong in the tackle. He's got real good mentality about him. Even 2 seasons. I mean, last year he didn't get any goal contributions, but the year before he got 4 goals and 5 assists for Bournemouth in the Premier League. That's 9 goal contributions from centre back playing for Bournemouth in the Premier League. I think that's absolutely phenomenal, people. And I just think like the attributes that he brings to this team. We know that we probably overplayed Mickey van de Ven this year because we just didn't have any cover. Now we've actually got a left footer for the first time, a left footer to cover Mickey van de Ven and even to give him a rest at times. Can they play together? I'm not sure, but there could be an option sometimes to play Mickey van de Ven at left back, bring in Marcos Senesi at left centre back. So I think the options are opening now, and you're looking at the defence that we've got now, with on the left-hand side, Udogie at Robertson, decent left-back options. Left centre-back, Mickey van de Ven and Marcos Senesi, really good left centre-back options. Right centre-back, I'm sure Dragishin's going to go. I think we can assume, or at this stage, expect Cuti Romero to go with Luka Vuskovic coming in, him and Danso to fill the right centre-back spot, and then you've got Porro and Spence to fill the right-back spot as well. So I think the defense is shaping up really nicely, guys. I really do. Particularly when you're looking at the right back situation with Spence had to fill in at left back a lot. That's not going to have to happen anymore. We're not going to have to put square pegs in round holes in that situation because Spence and Porro can fully focus on that right back area. So I think the defense is looking good. I think the squad building in terms of that aspect is starting to come on now. But I'm delighted with this one. I really am. But what in the world is this? 29th of May, and we've already wrapped up 2 signings. Yeah, I know we haven't spent a penny, and yeah, I know it's deals that were highly documented a couple of months ago at the back end of the season. But still, you still got to get them done, and Spurs have got them done. So I'm absolutely delighted, and I think the defense is looking good for next season. It'd be interesting to see if we do go and bring in another one. Van Hecke has been touted around, and a few other centre backs have been linked. But I don't even think we need it. I know Van Hecke is a very good player, but I think we just prioritise Vuskovic, guys. Why not? The guy's a generational talent. I know he's only 19 years of age, but he's flourished everywhere he's been. So let's just prioritise Vuskovic and put Danso in there, and maybe next year we can bring in an Ashley Phillips to fight with Vuskovic on that right centre back stage. So yeah, I think it's a brilliant deal for Tottenham Hotspur. It really is, and I think another added extra element to here is that Marcos Senesi did not get called up by the Argentinian national team as well. So what that means is that he's going to have a full summer of rest and straight away from the first day of pre-season with Roberto De Zerbi. So I think that is going to be massive for us. And, you know, it's not beyond all realms of possibility that Marcos Senesi might actually start the season at left centre back, because Mickey van der Ven's going to be coming back from the World Cup. And if the Netherlands go far, he's going to need that extended rest, and he's not going to have a proper pre-season behind him. So, you know, it's very likely, if that happens, that Marcos Senesi starts the season as our left centre back. So I think brilliant options to have. You know, you're always talking about, De Zerbi said he wants two players in each position, and the quality cannot drop too much from the first option and the second option. So I think this definitely represents that. Look, he's not exactly the youngest player in the world, but he's a player playing in his prime right now, 29 years of age, Marcos Senesi. He brings great mentality about him. He's got 4 years worth of experience in the Premier League as well, playing at a really good level. And I think he had quite a big injury in the 24-25 season where he only played 17 games, but last season played 37 games in the Premier League. The two first seasons, he played 31 games each in the Premier League. So he's a player that has really good availability. I probably shouldn't even mention that, because, you know, how many players have we said that about coming to Spurs and then suddenly they just get injured? Dominic Solanke, you know, he played every single minute of the Premier League, or not every minute, but every game he started, 38 games his previous season, and he's been non-stop riddled with injuries. So I guess don't underestimate the medical team at Tottenham. But on the face of it, on the basis of it, you know, you can only say on what's happened so far. So, you know, he's a pretty robust player that doesn't get too many injuries. So let's hope that stays on. Let's hope this deep dive into the medical department, they can sort all that crap out. But it's always nice to wake up with a little bomber like that. 8:30 in the morning. Here we go. Second one of the day. Let's hope that we can get the announcements from the club soon, which we'll bring to you here first, obviously, on We Are Tottenham TV. But I think it's a great little deal for Tottenham to do. Now, we need to focus on bringing in the top midfielder, and we need to focus bringing in mainly replenishing that forward line. We need a left winger. We need a striker. We probably need three. We probably need three in the forward line to make it even decent going into next season. I think probably the next one we're probably going to hear about is João Palhinha. That's what I would assume. But who knows, mate? You know, Enoch have said, we'll show you in the coming months. We'll show you in the coming months. This is different and we mean business. I'll believe it when I see it, guys. At this moment in time, it's still two signings in, two decent signings, both on free transfers. So we haven't spent a penny yet, but we have brought in two Premier League proven players, which is positive. It's a positive and provides really good cover for the defence. I'm much more happy about Senesi than I am about Robertson. We're going to speak to Redmen TV to get the lowdown on Andy Robertson, so keep your eyes peeled out for that, and see what they think, because obviously they've been watching him in close quarters every week. So it'll be interesting to see their take on Andy Robertson. But the news as of now, 8:30 in the morning, Friday morning, the 29th of May, Tottenham have got their second, here we go, of the transfer window. Marcos Senesi to Tottenham. Here we go. A very much sought after player in the Premier League, particularly, you know, as a free transfer. It's absolutely sensational bit of business, I think. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. How happy are you to bring in Marcos Senesi to Tottenham? I'm delighted. Let me know what you think he's going to bring to Tottenham. And thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, Spurs.